Hey, welcome into First Take on YouTube. Huge fight weekend coming up. Stephen A., you're in Vegas for one of the most anticipated boxing matches in the past decade when Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford meet for the undisputed welterweight title. The question that every boxing fan wants to know, though, should the winner of this fight be considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in boxing? What do you think?
The operative word is consideration. Definitely, they should be considered. This is a mega fight. I think this is the biggest fight since Floyd Money Mayweather went up against Manny Pacquiao in terms of hype. Obviously, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, the trilogy, was epic. Make no mistake about it. There's been some great fights since then. I even like the Devin Haney, Lomachenko fight recently. Of course, Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia was a big fight. We get all of that. But when you think about Errol Spence Jr. going up against Terence Crawford, think Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy the Hitman Hearns, their first fight. Think about Hagler, Hearns, that fight. The anticipation going into it. This is what boxing is all about. This is a big-time fight. We've been waiting years for it. Now, granted, it should have been at least 2 years earlier, in my opinion, but at least it wasn't 5 years too late like Pacquiao and Mayweather was. And so I take that into consideration, and I say, hey, I'll take this. Crawford is 39-0. Spence is 27-0. Both of them are undefeated with high percentage, knockout percentage. Both of them can get the job done. And unlike Floyd Money Mayweather, a brilliant defensive fighter, even though Spence and Crawford are both damn good defensively. Floyd Mayweather defensively was on another level, and he could beat you going backwards. He'd hit you without getting hit. Crawford and Spence are going to be there to get hit because although they know how to move, they don't know how to move like that. And so knowing that both is going to get hit, their chin is going to get tested, their body shots, their stamina, all of that is going to get tested. Their strength, their physicality, their willingness to brawl and tussle, that's going to be tested. I expect this to be an epic fight that's superior to what we saw with Mayweather and Pacquiao inside of the ring, although the hype doesn't eclipse Mayweather-Pacquiao. But this is a big-time fight. This is what boxing is supposed to be all about. And I think the winner of this will be in talks as being the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. I definitely think they'll be in that conversation.
Crawford's the favorite, but just to put a button on the numbers, a combined 67-0 and a combined 52 KOs. It's going to be fireworks. Obviously, we'll be breaking it down Monday on First Take. S.A., before I let you roll, I want to switch gears here to the association. So James Harden's future still uncertain. He recently scrubbed everything Sixers related on his social media accounts. But former NBA player Jeff Teague wants folks to put respect on his past. On his Club 520 podcast, Teague made a case for Harden's all-time rank among shooting guards, and he had a hot take. S.A., listen for yourself.
Is he a top 5 two-guard ever?
Yes. Absolutely. I got him over D-Wade, but I'm out of pocket.
Yes, you are. But
if you think about it, when he by himself, like D-Wade, he had Shaq, then he had Bron. He ain't never really been by himself. When Miami was by themselves, they was trash. He averaged 35 for like 5 straight years. Like,
and how many assists?
And like 10 assists, bro. He better than D-Wade, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
All right, so looking at both of their career accomplishments, both neck and neck in a lot of categories, including all NBA selections. Harden has the edge in scoring titles, while Wade has more team success, winning the finals 3 times. Okay, so who's the better all-time shooting guard? Is it D-Wade or James Harden?
Well, to me, it's D-Wade. But listen, mad respect to Jeff Teague, who could ball. Good dude as well, and props to the podcast, 520 podcast, with what they're doing. But let me say this to Jeff Teague. You know better. And because you know it's a team sport. Yes, individually, one-on-one, James Harden was absolutely spectacular and unstoppable. The handle, the step-back threes, the shooting ability of the prowess. D-Wade could never shoot the 3 like Harden could shoot the 3. No doubt about that. He wasn't the one-on-one player that Harden was. So I understand what Jeff Teague is saying. But the reason I'm challenging him in terms of saying you know better, because you know that's not all it entails. You got to know how to be a team player. You can't recruit players, and every time you recruit them, you want them out. James Harden's a future Hall of Famer. I love James Harden, mad respect to him. And I do think there's entirely too much shade that is thrown on his abilities. I do think the shade is appropriate on his shoulders, however, if you take into account the fact that he never really seems to be happy. You wanted Dwight Howard, and then you didn't want him. You wanted Chris Paul, and then you didn't want him. You wanted Russell Westbrook, and then you didn't want him. Everything that you wanted from Daryl Morey gave you in terms of the coaches you wanted out and the coaches you wanted in. You were pacified in Houston for years, okay? D-Wade didn't necessarily require that. He understood the culture belonged to Pat Riley, not himself. That Eric Spoelstra was the coach that Pat Riley chose. That he had to be a leader. Yes, LeBron arrived there because of D-Wade. But I remember when Shaq arrived there. Shaq wasn't in his prime anymore. It was D-Wade that delivered that championship against the Dallas Mavericks, averaging over 37 in the last 4 games after being down 0-2. It was Alonzo Mourning the Mavericks feared more so than Shaquille O'Neal at that particular point because of Alonzo Mourning's shot blocking ability and prowess. So Jeff Teague is an NBA veteran, highly intelligent. He understands this. He knows what comes with it. Look at the teammates that they have with one another. That's nothing to slouch at if you look at Harden, Durant, Paul, Embiid, Irvin, Dwight Howard, and Russell Westbrook, and you haven't won a championship. Come on now. It's about knowing how to play together. It's about knowing how to sacrifice. It's about knowing how to lead, not just to recruit. I understand that James Harden, one-on-one, he's lethal. As far as I'm concerned, you can make an argument outside of Jordan and Kobe. Who you going to pick? Harden's right in that conversation. But in the end, more comes to it than just that, which is why D-Wade has 3 rings and Harden has none.
Yeah.
Jeff Teague knows better.
By the way, D-Wade will be in the Hall of Fame soon, Stephen A. And he asked your guy,
So
AI
will
Allen
Harden.
Iverson, to do the introductions for him. So that'll be pretty cool to see as well. All right, you, sir, enjoy the fight. Be safe, and I will talk to you on Monday. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to watch First Take Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. on ESPN. Be sure to check out more exclusive First Take debates on YouTube. Have a great weekend, everybody.